Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So I want to talk about arguing with women and what that actually says when you argue with women. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm one of them ones that I believe sometimes you got to argue with them. Sometimes you got to check them. But it shouldn't take you that long. It shouldn't be no all-day thing. Because you the man. Like, she can only suggest to you. You understand that, right? Oh, I forgot. Some of y'all dudes live in their house. You ain't got nothing for yourself. Let me tell you something. You should have your own. Now, if a woman wants to share hers with you, fine. But you should have your own. Even if you got to live in your car. Get your own. You got to live in your car. Get your own, man. We're going to make this Isaiah 4:1. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes, only let us be called by your name. Take away our distress. All type of stuff can be the distress that they talking about. The distress is, and now people finna start calling. The distress is them flipping the Bible around as to how the relationship dynamic is supposed to work. This is one of the reasons why I say, and man, that hair grew back quick, that polygyny is the Most High's way, and I understand why he did it like that. He did it like that because he saw and knew and understood already how these women would be, and how when you try to deal with just one, it's like they not gonna respect that. You gotta make them compete. They say, well, who is you? I ain't gonna compete over you. Okay. If they say that, they automatically off. They automatically off the table. Do not try to be with them. Do not stay with them. Look, man, I know I'm 50 years old and I've seen a lot, like even going back to my days, my 20s. When a woman is into you, she'll compete for you. If she's saying stuff like, who is you? Ain't nobody, I ain't got nothing to prove to you. That is a red flag. Who is you? I don't got nothing to prove to you. Then you shouldn't be with me then. I shouldn't be giving you a morsel of food. I shouldn't even be taking you to the corner in my car. I shouldn't be doing nothing for somebody who says, who are you? I don't got to prove myself to you. Especially if they believe that you got to prove yourself to them. The delusion is unreal at this point. And me personally, I don't think the way a person looks by itself makes them delusional more so than the way they act. Because I was watching what was that? Lil Boosie had a meet and greet. And they was all talking about how he was just laying into the big girl. You know, the big girl looked all right. Dudes was coming on there, man. I love her forehead. And all the forehead, that just proves. It's people out there that look at a woman's forehead. They was all like, I bet she's smelling so good. But the thing is, that's not the way a person looks to me. This you can call this opinion, even though I'm the truth man. doesn't make them delusional as much as the way they act. Now, sometimes it's true, the way they look makes them delusional. But a lot of time, the way they act makes them delusional, as well as their previous history of sexual behavior and behavior towards men in general. So, when you argue with them all day, though, it's almost like you're saying that you can't get nobody else. That's what you're saying. What's the conclusion of an argument? I don't believe in getting in fierce arguments with women. And I know because I done had to leave out of the house, all type of stuff. Because you get in fierce arguments with women, what's gonna happen? If I get in a fierce argument with a man, one of us gonna have to show somebody something. That's why, you check them, and that's the end of it. You make sure your behavior is circumspect. That you being honest and forthright. You gonna deal with more than one woman, let them know that. People be out here trying to be having 5 women thinking they the only one. That's not game. That's not charisma. That's not savvy. What's game is if you can get them 5 women to accept that you dealing with all of them. That's what's game. Not you lying. Oh, let me call you back, my brother on the phone, and it's one of your other women. The devil is a liar. That's not game. You doing stuff and you got her tearing off into you because you lying to her. That's a whole different set of circumstances. You arguing with her because you lying to her. She done caught you up. But me personally, all that arguing I did in my marriage, I'm not finna do that no more. A woman that spends more time arguing than licking my balls, sucking me off, or turning around so I can penetrate her openings is not the one for me. You just want to argue. I'm telling you, man. This is what I learned from experience. Even going way back, I be sitting thinking about this stuff because I haven't really been doing nothing like that. So I got sometimes on some stuff, I go by what I've been told by so many people and by my own previous experiences. One thing I know is that when a woman has good energy towards you, usually that sex is gonna be good. I remember this one. I think I was 21 maybe. 21, I was young. No more than 22. I go to her house, man. Her conversation was weak. But the reason I wanted her is because of how she looked. She had a big booty. Right? So, talking to her and stuff, she barely talking, this, that, and the other. Well, what you doing later? I'm gonna come over there. You can come over here. I ain't doing nothing, blah, 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 blah. We get to going there, right? Trash. Shout out to Bubba Dub. Trash. That hole seemed like it was about this big, man. It was open. All the way. It was open to the point where it wouldn't matter what you had. It was going all the way in there with ease. It wouldn't matter. You could be 17 inches, 4 inches wide. It's going all the way in there with ease. And it wasn't even moist like that. I'm like, dude, this is garbage. I got to trying to think about other women. And that's how I got mine off. And I got right up out of there. I ain't usually never been one to like dog a woman after that. But I didn't call her no more. Like, man, that's garbage. I'm like, how can I have a relationship with somebody with the sex was garbage like that? I couldn't. And y'all be doing that though. Y'all argue with a chick, go back and forth, all this on, and her sex is trash. Trash. I'm like, man, what was she done had up in here? Garbage, sewage, landfill. So, I ain't call her no more. She called me a couple times after that. I had caller ID. I ain't even asked. Like, dude, no. Because I had other women. Y'all see that key, right? I had other women. Now, think about it. What if that would have been my only one? I would have been like, I need to get something, man. Let me call up Loosey Goosey. Trash. So, that what arguing with them says to them, and what you telling yourself is you don't believe in yourself. What you telling them is you can't get no PU double dollar sign. Why? That's what you telling yourself. And I ain't trying to hear no preachers. Marvin Sapp, just all I gotta say. Anytime y'all try to bring up what preachers is telling y'all, Marvin Sapp, TD Jakes. That's all I'm gonna say. This is how I'm gonna shut y'all up from now on. Well, my pastor said, Marvin Sapp, he said that you should stick to one, TD Jakes. That's how I'm gonna start shutting people up. I don't want to hear nothing about these preachers, man. Unless you're talking about me. I don't want to hear about these preachers, man. Most of them the Most High don't even know them. They don't talk to him. They don't know his voice. So how they gonna tell you about polygyny? Well, the Bible say a bishop. Everybody ain't no bishop, man. That's common sense. Everybody ain't no bishop. That ain't talking to everybody. That's talking to the dudes that was helping Paul, the Apostle Paul, establish those churches. That's who that's talking to. That ain't talking to nobody else. Stuff is crazy at this point, man. Then the chick be having baby daddies. You come home, me on the couch, and you arguing with her. Man, she shouldn't even be in your rotation. If you deal with a chick with kids, you better make sure she understand that dude ain't allowed in the house. Especially if it's your house. Say, well, that's my kid's father. All right, bet that. Click, block, bye. I'm over here. Let me hide. You gotta hide your stuff over here. So I can wrap this up, y'all. When you check a chick, don't keep going back and forth with her. You see, we got to get back to being the dominant one, being a man. I don't care what the U.S. government, the Democrats, or anybody else say. Masculinity is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. If you a man, you're supposed to be masculine, man. People be trying to act like there's something wrong with it. I could be by myself. That's masculinity too. Being able to be alone. If a woman has come in your life, she's supposed to make your life better. She's supposed to make your life more peaceful. The things that disrupt your peace, she's supposed to be helping you with that. I don't care if it is money. If it's money that's disrupting your peace, the woman coming in your life, she's supposed to be helping you have more of it. I'm not trying to hear this stuff, man. From these Sambos who got bullied when they was little, so now they want to base everything on money. Man, you got to be able to do everything for a woman. What they got to do for you? All I want is sex anyway. Dude, come on, man. You know what? When guys say that, it make me think that they either had a long period of not getting none, or they ain't never really got it. Like, you know, them early 2 years in your 20s, dudes that wasn't getting it like that back then, they be sex addicts now. Dude, most of my body count came between the age 18 and 22, practically all of it. Man, I was knocking off 12, 13 a year. And not just once, I was mashing them continuously. It ain't many other than the one I told y'all about. It ain't many women that I only banged once out of the ones that I used to deal with. But most of them, it was 2, 3, 10, 20 times. A couple of them, it was once. Another one, dude, she was the bomb with that. But I believe she was messing with her stepfather. And dude was hooked too. Like, he came home on his lunch break. Mother at work. I'm in there. He ain't know. She was like maybe 19. He like, come on, open the door. He ain't know. Guess who was keeping the door closed? I was too strong for him. He like, man, what you got up against that door? I had that door like force. He couldn't get it open. I'm like, man, she must be messing with dude. I was quick draw my draw with that. It didn't happen too many times, but I was quick draw my draw that day. What's his name? McGraw? Quick draw McGraw. But I had to hurry up and get out of there because of dude. Soon as he left, I got up out of there. Pew. So yeah, man. What time is it? This. When I got married, it's like I became a simp. I'll admit it. But when it went wrong, I was able, because I always just sit and think things up. I said, you know what? This where I went wrong. This where I went wrong. This where I went wrong. I should have stayed how I was. And if she didn't like it, she could have went on somewhere else. Guys be having all these kids and they don't understand that now your kid's going to be right in the middle of it. Just like how my mother said, man, I really love my daughter-in-law. But she found out things are sour. And I'm sure her parents probably feel the same way. Maybe. But it's things that I did wrong. For one, you never let no chick check you over looking at other women. We're men. We're gonna look. You apologize, be like, I'm gonna try not to do it in front of you. But I'm never gonna stop looking at women. That's the type of mistakes I made. I let her tear off into me over stuff that I should have shut her up on. Just like that thing in Texas with me and him at the bar. I shouldn't have let her even come at me like that. Especially after some things with her. I became a simp. But I woke up. I started waking up right around 2009. Started waking up. I woke all the way up in 2013, 2014. And now, look at me now, telling other people. I've been researching, watching, observing, watching myself for years. Years, man, years. Mistakes I made with this. Like when you check them, it shouldn't be no. And I've come to the conclusion too. I'm not finna keep sleeping on the couch. It's time to go. Time to go. Messing that I believe that messed my legs up. And my body posture and stuff. So think about what I'm telling you, man. Always have more than one. If you only got one, you should be trying to get two. I just don't believe in monogamy, man. I don't think no woman is good enough for monogamy. Even if they're a unicorn, they're gonna break down. You gotta work as a team. Now, it's some that I would try it with. Hey, if I listen, it's some women that you get them, you're going to be like, okay, monogamy. Especially if they like the got fire sex. So if you drain, they look good, dude. There's nothing like when a woman looks good and acts better than she looks. Nothing like it. You got a bad chick that act this decent, this clat. Oh man, I'll practically be screaming. Oh, when I get one. Oh. Dude, they got a body. You see that body, you be ready to bust. Think of one of them type. Sometimes you see what they got, what they working with on Instagram. You see it, you ready to bust. You be like going up on, getting on the bed like this, perking up so it won't, trying to, you know how you Y'all just don't stop acting like it's just me. You know how you arch up your like this, you tense up to try to stop it. You be practically like that. And she act good too? Oh. Look, you gonna make me monogamous, baby. You be going up to her like that. Man, let me get off of here before I get in trouble, man.